and hope. My name is Adeni, and I'm very happy to be your anchor on this training titled How to Transit from Unemployment to Full Employment Without Stress. SmartGen is a social enterprise, and our major thrust is to work with the youth out there to achieve their full potential, either as a career professional or as a business owner, especially the startup. This particular training is targeted at the people that are struggling to secure their dream job, or the people that are working on the job that they don't actually like and they are looking forward to switch job to a better one. First of all, I'm very sorry that you find yourself in this situation. Some of us have been there at one point or the other, so we know where the shoe pinches. And that was exactly what motivated us to decide to put this training together as our own way of giving back to the society to assist them in securing their dream job without much stress. So this training is going to equip you with everything you need to get that dream job. We have put our decades of experience in corporate organizations into play here to put together all the vital information and knowledge and skills that you require to enable you transit easily from unemployment zone to full employment zone. You might be wondering why you remain unemployed till now despite being a graduate, despite your qualification. You might also be wondering why out of a lot of people that submitted a CV to an organization, you are one of the few people that were not called, while some people were actually called to come and write the test or to continue with the recruitment process. Definitely, it might be pushing you into depression. Or you are wondering why you attended an interview together with some set of people, some people were called and you were not called. The reason is crystal clear. You don't have some skills you require to sell yourself to the potential employer. It is as simple as that. Remember, these employers are not charity organizations. They are not NGO. It is like trade by barter. You are selling your skill to them and they are paying you for your skill. It is now left to you to demonstrate the kind of skill you are selling to them and convince them to come and buy your skill. If you cannot convince them to buy your skill, they will never consider you. So it is now your responsibility to equip yourself so that by the time you are standing in their front or they are looking at your CV, they'll be very tempted to ask you to come for the interview. And during the interview, they will not have any other choice than to employ you because they have seen you as the best fit for the job. But before we can come to this conclusion, you must, from your own side, be able to convince them without any reasonable doubt that you are the best fit for the job. The moment you cannot do this, no matter the kind of degree you possess, no matter your qualification, no matter your skills, if you cannot sell yourself through your CV, if you cannot sell yourself during the interview, my friend, you will remain in the labor market for a long time, God forbid. And in order to prevent this, that is why we are coming forward with this training that will assist you to move easily from your unemployment zone to full employment zone before you realize it. So, guys, without wasting much of our time, because we have a lot of slides to cover, I will implore you to fasten your seatbelt, grab your popcorn, if possible, let it be together with a bottle of soft drink and take a ride with me as we take a deep dive into this training and do justice to it one after the other. So, guys, let's move on, please. All right. As I said earlier, the title of this training is How to Transit from Unemployment to Full Employment Without Stress. And we have 6 different courses under this training. You can take each of the courses in isolation, or you can decide to take all the courses in the training as a package. But in this particular training, we are dealing with the first course, which we call mind reengineering, how to develop a can-do attitude when looking for a job. Every great achievement in life must start from your mind. If you feel defeated in your mind already, I can bet you with you that you can hardly achieve anything great or anything at all. So if you are set to get your dream job, it has to start from your mind, because the mind is like a soil from which a gigantic tree grows and germinates. So if you want something great to come out from your mind, you must firstly develop what we call a can-do attitude. And that is the spirit that will keep you going even when the going gets tough. That is the spirit that will sustain you even when you are getting some no's as a feedback when you are applying for the job. So for you to remain dogged, you must possess this can-do attitude. Then the number two course here is how to sustain optimism during the job search. The optimism is like a twin brother of can-do attitude. Now, if you have a can-do attitude, the next question is, for how long can you sustain this can-do attitude? And this is where the optimism come into play. Optimism is the one that will sustain your can-do attitude throughout the period you are looking for the job. So it contains some few slides. So it is not a lengthy course. It is a short course just to support the first course, which we call mind reengineering. Now, our third course here is how to find a job right now. Please believe me, the major reason, or one of the major reasons you are still unemployed till now, is because you don't know how to find a job. It sounds funny, but it's the critical truth. By the time you are through with this training, you will also agree with me that you did not actually know how to find this job previously. So we have put everything you need together inside this particular course to enable you to find your dream job right now. Your fourth course under this training is how to prepare a winning and irresistible CV. So we can also call it how to prepare a killer CV. Your CV is your representation in front of a potential employer, even when you are not there. The CV is what will tell your potential employer everything about you. So if you do not know how to present yourself through the CV, you may not likely get a call or a mail to come and write a test or to come for the interview. So your CV must represent you adequately. And also, let me shock you. Your potential employer or the recruiter has an average of 6 seconds to glance through your CV to decide whether they will call you for the next stage of recruitment or not. If within these 6 seconds they cannot find what they are looking for on your CV, they will not go through the rest part of your CV. They will just discard your CV. And this might probably be major reasons you are not being called after you have submitted hundreds of interviews to different organizations, and you also believe that you are qualified and you are meant to be called, but they didn't call you. You are going to know how to prepare a tailored and a killer CV that all the recruiters will find very difficult to reject. Now, the number fifth course here is how to be super successful in a job interview. You have been attending an interview, they are not calling you back. It means that probably you are not doing well during the interview. So, attending the interview is not something you just wake up and say, I'm going for the interview. You must be fully prepared for it. And we are putting our experience into play here because we have been in a position to interview hundreds of candidates for an employment in corporate organizations. And we can tell you for free the do and don'ts of an interview. So if you want to be super successful in your job interview, this is the right place you are meant to be. Now, the last course under this training is how to become a superstar in your new job. So we are not just backing out immediately you get your dream job. We'll still be here to support you to ensure that you become a superstar. It is when you become a superstar that you'll be able to say, I have beaten this this unemployment thing forever in my life. Until then, you cannot beat yourself at the chest that you are out of unemployment zone. So we are not getting back from you We will also support you after you have obtained your dream job and give you the tips that you require in a corporate organization to move up the ladder very fast and get being promoted and rise up to the managerial level within a short period of time. All these things are what we are going to equip you with. And if you participate fully in this training, I can bet it with you that at the end of the day, you are going to be a better person. And that dream job that has been eluding you all this while will just come straight by itself into your hand and everything will come the story. All right. Before we move on to the next slide, let me use this opportunity to intimate you that I uploaded some of my previous training that are relevant to what we are discussing up to this course to make it a bumper package. So let's enjoy the ride together. All right, let's discuss positivity. How to encourage positivity. Before we go further into the discussion, what do we understand about positivity? Positivity is about focusing on the positive aspect of a situation, and on the other hand, negativity is about focusing on the bad aspect of a situation. However, to every situation you might think about in this life, it has a good aspect, it has a bad aspect. So, focusing on the good aspect is what is called positivity, positive mindset. Focusing on the bad aspect of a situation is what is called negativity or negative mindset. Now, for you to have a can-do attitude, you must have a positive mindset. You must be focusing your mind and attention on the good aspect of any situation you come across. That is the only way you can have this thing we call um, a can-do attitude. Now, the next question is, how do we encourage positivity? Because being positive has to come from within first. If you cannot encourage yourself to be positive, nowhere else in this world can make you a positive person. It has to come from within first. So any other thing any other person does is just to reinforce what you have decided to develop within yourself. Now let's learn three ways of encouraging and boosting positivity. Let's find out. Number one, be open to humor. You must always intentionally go where people will make you laugh. You must be visiting the channels on internet where you find humor, most especially when you have been looking for a job for a considerable length of time and you still find it difficult to secure a job. There is no gainsaying the fact that you might be falling into depression. So the best thing for you is to start exposing yourself to things that will make you laugh and make you laugh hard. Also, try as much as possible to turn your seemingly bad experience to a humor. Turn it to a joke before people turn it to a humor for you. Laugh at yourself. Tell yourself that you really misbehave. For example, you attended an interview and immediately you left the venue, you realize that there are some things you didn't do well. Just turn it to a joke, laugh at yourself, it's allowed. You can even discuss it with your friends, turn it to a humor, every one of you laugh at it. It makes you better, you feel lighter in your heart. And eventually you may even pass the interview. They will call you to come and assume the duty. But don't kill yourself before that situation comes because you are focusing on the negative aspect of your interview. So, like I said, be open to humor at all time. It is good for your mental stability. Now, let's find out the second way of encouraging positivity. Visualizing success. You visualize what you tend to gain if you achieve that your dream job. Don't be focusing on the journey. because the journey of getting your dream job, because the journey might be rough. Don't be focusing on the journey, but be focusing on what you stand to gain if you get that job. Like the popular saying goes, end justifies the means. Be focusing on how you can be riding in your dream car if you get the job. Be focusing how you can build your family and settle down with your family, start having kids, give your children the best of life possible if you can secure that your dream job. Dream of how you'll be living in your dream mansion if you can secure that job. All these things will be the fuel that will be propelling you along even when you are getting tired of looking for work. This will be your moral boosters. They will keep you going when the going gets tough or when it is getting tougher. So you have to learn the habit of visualizing the success before it happens. It will help you a lot to fight the depression associated with inability to get a job at the expected time. Now, let's find out about the third way of encouraging positivity. Believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, how do you expect others to believe in you? You are attending an interview, the way you are answering questions, it shows the interviewer that you do not believe in yourself. How do you now expect the interviewer to believe in you that you can deliver on the assignment if they employ you? You have to demonstrate to the employer that you believe in yourself. Beat yourself at the chest. Beat it rigorously. Let the employer know that you believe that you can deliver. That is the only way your recruiter or your interviewer can start taking you serious. So, once again, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody will believe in you. And the moment you believe in yourself, no mountain will be too high for you to climb, and no river will be too wide for you to cross. And you see this sky, it will never be your limit, it will be your stepping stone. But you have to believe in yourself first. That is the starting point. So, guys, let's continue. Now, we talk about negative thinking now. What does negative thinking, what does it do to you? Look at the picture on your screen. This is exactly what negative thinking does to you. You'll be walking on the street, you'll be staring at the floor. You'll be avoiding the situation where you have a eye contact with the people on the street. You will see two or three people gathering. Instead of passing through that route, you'll go and pass through another route. You will think they are talking about you. You'll be avoiding associating with people. If you have been doing this, stop it. Because if you have been doing this, you're exactly like the man you are looking at on your screen. You allow the situation to be weighing you down. You have to fight it off. You have to shake it off. And when you shake it off, let me show you how you'll be feeling. This will be you. You'll be feeling fly. You'll be feeling on top of the world. It doesn't mean that you don't have problem any longer. But it means that you have decided to be stronger than your problem. And that is the most important thing. This guy you are looking at was the same guy that was feeling low before. Now the guy is feeling on top of the world. And the reason is very simple. He has decided to be stronger than his problem. Try and be stronger than your unemployment. Tell every person on the street that you need a job. Looking for a job is not a crime. Being unemployed is not a crime. So don't be too shy to let people know that you need a job. Don't keep quiet. Tell your neighbor you need a job. Tell the people on your street you need a job. In your church, tell them you need a job. In your mosque, tell them you need a job. Don't be shy to tell people you need a job. If you can cultivate this habit, one way or the other, that your dream job will come out to you, and the rest will be a history. So please cultivate the habit of positive thinking.
What is a can do attitude? On this slide, we are going to make our answer demonstrative. We are going to explain clearly in diagnostic terms what a can do attitude means. When faced with a complex situation like the one you are seeing, what do you do? Do you throw your hands into the air and give up? This is the video of a man pacing up and down because he's confused. Apparently, he does not know what to do. Apparently, he does not know the next step to take. He's fighting frantically to get out of the situation, but it seems he's in a fix. What will he do? And what will you do when faced with a complex situation during your job search? Do you fall into depression? What do you do? You take action. Yes, that's what you do. You cannot keep looking. You take action to solve the current predicament. Take action that will directly move you out of the confused zone and show you the proper direction. So you take action. You don't give up. Now, why do you take action? You want to find out. You take action because you believe success is possible if you keep trying. The success is you keep trying. The moment you give up, it means that you have lost 100% chances of being successful. So you cannot afford to give up until you get your dream job you have been aiming to get. You cannot give up. Now, how do you develop a can-do attitude? Like we learned in the previous lesson, it is the attitude that can be taught. It is the attitude that can be learned. Now, the next question is, how do we learn how to develop a can-do attitude?
As we just learned here, the meaning of can-do attitude is to take us out of a complex situation anytime we find ourselves there. There is no way you'll be looking for a job in a country like ours that you will not find yourself in a complex situation. So what you require to take yourself out of this complex situation is what we call a can-do attitude. And it's attitude that you can develop, it's attitude you can learn. Now, our next slide will explain to us how we can actually develop what we call a can-do attitude. So, guys, let's move on.
On this slide, we are going to discuss the 11 magical ways to develop a can-do attitude. Number one is to be accountable for your life. First and foremost, you need to hold yourself accountable if you want to have a can-do attitude. Stop the blaming game. Learn from your mistake and move on. Take responsibility for what you are not doing correctly in searching for a job and make a correction. Number two, never take your eyes off the ball. The end justifies the means. Fix your mind on what you stand to gain if you secure the job. Think of how you can quickly settle down and get married if you clinch that job. Think of how the job can enable you to drive in your dream cars and live in your new mansion. These thoughts are moral boosters that will keep you going even when the going gets tough. Number three, always maintain a positive attitude. A person with a positive attitude believes that they can succeed. They maintain a hopeful outlook and are always optimistic, even in the face of setbacks. Number four, never satisfied with status quo. Pursuing excellence is not about being the very best, but about always wanting to do better than you did before. A person with a can do attitude is never satisfied with good enough and always strive to do better or try something new. Number five, going the extra mile. The extra mile is not usually crowded because it is meant only for few people who can afford the sacrifices of being there. In the extra mile, you will be more visible to your employers. Number six, adapting quickly to changes. A person with a can-do attitude is flexible and can quickly adapt to changes in the job search approach. When the plans change, we adjust accordingly. Number seven, never quit even after failures. Winners never quit and the quitters never win. Do not let the first failure dictate the rest of your life. Many people give up too easily, even when they are faced with simple challenges. Number eight, avoid negative self talk. Good examples of a can do attitude include the ability to avoid saying negative things about yourself. If you constantly put yourself down, second guess yourself, or compare yourself with others, you got to stop it. It is a negative mental attitude. Number nine, visualizing success. Another example of a can do attitude is to visualize success before doing anything. Visualizing success can keep you motivated and focused on your goal because it makes the outcome seem more achievable to your mind. Number 10, taking initiative. A can do attitude is a proactive attitude. People with a can do attitude are proactive and take initiative. They never wait for someone to give them instructions or tell them what to do. Please don't wait for employers to look for you. Be right there in their face when they are looking for new hire. Please take initiative and be proactive. Number 11, focusing on your strengths. Everyone has different strengths and weaknesses. So focus on what you are good at and build on that. When your weaknesses get in your way, it gets difficult to be productive.
All right, these are the 11 magical ways to develop a can do attitude. And I can tell you for sure that when you imbibe all these 11 tips of becoming or possessing a can do attitude, nothing can stand in your way. Your mind will be re-engineered. You have a different outlook about life generally, and you come to realize that failure is not the end. Failure is just an opportunity for you to learn, and you use it as a stepping stone to move higher. So endeavor to imbibe these 11 magical ways today, and you'll be surprised how you develop a can-do attitude that will be very strong, that will keep you going even when things seems rough. So please imbibe these 11 magical ways of developing a can-do attitude. Now let's continue with the training. We still have a couple of slides to cover, and I can tell you that they are all interesting and you have a lot to learn from them to have a positive outlook about life in general and towards getting your dream job. So let's continue, please.
Meaning and understanding of can do attitude. First of all, let's start talking about cannot do attitude. A cannot do attitude is a attitude that keep telling you that you are not capable of getting things done. It's a limiting attitude. And you see, a bad attitude, it's like a flat tire. You can't go anywhere until you change it. If you don't change your orientation about the job, if you don't change about bad impression that you have been fed with about looking for a job, you are going nowhere. So the first thing is about having the positive outlook about job search. So if you must get that job today, you have to change that flat tire. And that flat tire is a bad attitude. It resides right inside your mind. You have to jack it off and throw it away. This is the time you need to unlearn in order to relearn. Start developing the correct attitude toward your job search today, and your success will not be too far from you.
As I just explained, bad attitude is actually like a flat tire. You know, when you have a flat tire, you are in a fix. You cannot move forward. You cannot go backward until you replace that flat tire. That flat tire that is holding you from moving forward in life, holding you from getting your dream job, is that your bad attitude towards your job you are looking for. It is not enough to say, I'm looking for a job. It is about, are you approaching your job search with the right attitude? Like the picture of the lady you are looking at in front of you, she's perplexed, frustrated, confused. She has to sit down because she can neither move forward nor backward until she decides to change that flat tire. So the same thing applies to every one of us. If you have a set target you want to achieve and we have a bad attitude, we are going nowhere until we decide to change that bad attitude and see life generally in another color. That is the only way we can move forward in life. I hope we're able to learn one or two things about the reason we are still finding it difficult to get our dream job until now. It might probably be your bad attitude towards your job search. Decide to change it today, and you will see a change in your life in general. So let's move on.
Please note, you are not jobless when you are looking for a job. Job hunting on its own is a job. It is an unpaid job that leads to a paying job. How well you do it determines how satisfying your next paying job will be. Give it the attention, seriousness, and resources it deserves. The effort will pay off in the long run. More often than not, we treat job hunting with half mind. To get the best out of your job search, you must give it your best effort. Pursue your dream job religiously and don't stop until you hold your offer letter in your hand. It is the right step in the right direction. Dedicate a certain number of hours in a day to job search. Do it like a daily routine and be disciplined about it as if you have a boss watching over you. Gone are the era when you have to be walking up and down the street, sweating profusely in a scorching sun, with blank envelope or transparent file that contain your CV and other documents clutched to your side or your chest, looking lost, confused, desperate, and exhausted. We don't need that stress any longer. We are in a digital world, and the employers have gone digital. All you need to do is to sign on to your Android phone or portable laptop and begin your daily job search. You don't necessarily have to spend a whole day on this exercise. An average of 5 hours a day is okay if you currently don't have a formal job. But the number of hours can be reduced if you have temporary work you are currently engaged in. The bottom line is looking for a job is a job.
Looking for a job is a job. So we usually make a mistake of thinking that since we don't have a formal job, we don't have a job. You actually have a job. It is just that the job is unpaying job currently, and that job is the job of searching for a paying job. So if you have this mindset, every day you wake up, you know that you have a duty, and that duty is to ensure that you search for a job. So looking for a job is a job on its own. So by the time we get to our course titled How to Look for a Job, How to Find a Job Right Now, we will explain in details how you can actually look for this job, the strategies, where to go, how to you can leverage on the internet to search for the job, and how you can be one of the first set of people to be aware of every new vacancies around you. These are the skills we are going to empower you with by the time we get to the course title, How to Find a Job Right Now. So let's move on to
I can't is a state of the mind. It does not exist in real life. You can decide to cut off the alphabet T in front of can and change your own I can't do it to I can do it. You have the power to change the narrative. The choice is yours. Likewise, impossible is a word for the weak and not for the strong. The strong will simply put an apostrophe immediately after the first I in the word impossible and turn it to I am possible. You only need a little extra effort to turn your I can't do it to I can do it and your impossible to I am possible. Now say this to yourself repeatedly. Nothing is impossible because I am possible. Nothing is impossible because I am possible. Say this to yourself as many times as possible in a day. Each time you encounter anything that seems like an obstacle, repeat this statement in your mind again and again and believe it. It will boost your morale and give you the willpower to move against the storm, even when it seems all hopes are lost. Anything you can imagine is possible. You can be unstoppable if you are resolute in your desire. The only person stopping you is you. Therefore, there is nothing stopping you from getting your desired job. All you require is to remain unbowed, unbent, and unbroken.
yes, of course. I can't is only a matter of your imagination. It does not exist in real life. A lot of people that we thought were impossible like 20, 30 years ago are now very possible. And a lot of things that we still believe are not possible today will be possible in a couple of years to come. So have the mentality that everything is achievable if you can deploy the right time, the right resources, the right energy towards it. So don't get defeated easily. Stay on, be resolute. Don't take no for an answer. And that is what I'm trying to explain to you here. You can change your I can't do it to I can do it. The choice is yours. So, guys, let's move on.
On this slide, we are going to carry out a very simple exercise. We call the exercise I can versus I can't. Now, looking at the picture on your screen, you are looking at a smiling face. This is the face of the people with I can attitude. Having a can do attitude leads the way to achieve targets. They always have a smiling face because they believe in themselves and they always see the positive things in everything, in every situation, and in everybody. So they go about with happy dispositions. It radiates from them. They're always happy. Now, let's carry out this simple exercise by dragging the slide over the picture from our right hand side to the left hand side. Then gradually, the smiling face you are looking at turn to a sad face. Yes, this is the phase of people with I can't attitude. They are always sad because they don't believe in themselves, because they refuse to focus their mind on the positive aspects of the situation. They are always gazing on what can go wrong. And because their mind are full of what can go wrong, they always have this sad face. They have unhappy disposition. Negative attitude drains your energy and results in an unmotivated environment. They don't see anything good in anything. They already feel defeated before the actual fight starts. This is the face of unhappy people, people with I can't attitude.
The face of unhappy people, people with I can't attitude. There is no gainsaying the fact that the people with I can't attitude will always be carrying sad face most of the time because life is about challenges. But each time they are facing these challenges, they have this mindset that they can't do it. At the moment they have this mindset that they can't do it, their spirits drop. They feel unhappy and they put on unhappy disposition. And that is the spirit and the face of people with I can't attitude. But the other way around is the people with I can attitude. They believe that they can do anything. They believe in themselves. Even if eventually they don't get it done 100%. But the fact that they have this strong belief that they can do it is enough energy to propel them further than where the people with I can't attitude can ever reach. So as you are moving around every day, let us put on this attitude of I can do it. It will make you happy most of the time. It will radiate from you. And even when you are sitting in front of the interviewer, this positive happiness will radiate from you to them because every employer want to work with a happy person. But the moment they are looking at you, they are seeing sadness hanging all over you. It's enough reason to disqualify you. They want somebody that will bring in positive energy into the organization. So effective today, let's cultivate the habit of I can do it, and the life will be better for us. Now let's look at this quote from Mustafa Safuddin. Believe in yourself, keep a can-do approach, struggle hard, and watch success follow. So what this nobleman is telling us is that if you can follow all these three steps, one, believe in yourself. Two, keep a can-do approach. Three, struggle hard. Then the next thing is to for you to watch success follow. So if you want to be successful, we have to develop this attitude. All right, this is one of my favorite parts of this course. So what we are going to be doing in a couple of slides now is to watch some motivational video. I specifically compiled this video for our viewing, for our knowledge, and to reinforce our can-do attitude we have been discussing. Now, this first video is called Never Give Up. Never Give Up. It is a short video, but I love the video so much. It is short, but it carries a lot of weight and a lot of meaning. And I'm very sure you will enjoy it. Please watch it very carefully and understand the message the video is trying to pass across to us. So let's watch the video. Alright, hope you enjoyed the video. Now in summary, what the video is telling us is that we should never give up, no matter the situation. Now, there was a little boy trying to net a basketball. He had made many attempts, but all the attempts failed. It got to a point that the only thing that was in his mind was that he would always miss. Now the ball it remained only one shot, and what occupied his mind was he will always miss. Now he tried to look at it from another perspective and he was seeing something different, which was you will always miss 100% of the shot you didn't take. Then he tried the last one and he netted it just like that. So what this video was telling us is that we should not, because of the past failure, now develop the mentality that we will always fail. No, we can only fail when we stop trying. That is when they can call you a failure. But the moment you still keep trying, you are still a work in progress. You are not a failure yet. I don't want to be a failure. That is why you must never stop trying. Because it is only person that stop trying that is a failure, because that is the only person that will miss 100% of the shot he didn't take. Thank you. Now, guys, let's move on to the next video. And this video is about an eagle. We all know that lion is the king of the jungle and eagle is the king of the sky. But many of us don't know the reason they call the eagle the king of the sky. Personally, I want to have the mentality of an eagle. And at the end of the day, I'm sure you too, you would love to have the mentality of the eagle. So let's learn the mentality of the eagle that made it the king of the sky. The power of eagle mindset. Now let's watch.
If you ever want to be something, then be an eagle, but never be a parrot in life. Because the parrot speaks a lot, but cannot fly very high. But an eagle speaks very little, but fly very high. An eagle has the willpower to touch the sky. A parrot's gift is to talk, and an eagle's gift is to fly. And I would rather be an eagle. The eagle is the king of the other birds. So today I will tell you 7 mentalities and habits that every person should learn from an eagle. These are the most powerful mindset in the world. And there is a great life learning in these 7 mentalities and attitude of eagle. So lesson number 1, eagle fly alone. Eagle fly alone and higher than all other birds. Eagle will fly alone but will never fly with a pigeon, a sparrow, or with any small bird. Eagle either fly with eagle or fly alone. And this teaches us a lesson that stay away from narrow-minded people, small-minded people, and stay alone. Because this is the time when you get the real chance to know yourself. Lesson number 2. Eagle's vision is very clear and very strong. Eagle can see its prey from 5 kilometers away. And once it sees its target and goal clearly, then no matter how difficult it is, no matter how hard it is, he hunts his target and achieve his goal. Here is the great lesson to learn from this too, that keep your vision clear and achieve it no matter how hard it is. Do not hold back like the eagle. Lesson number 3. Eagle never eat dead things. Eagle never eat dead animals. He always hunts alive animals. And this mindset of eagle teaches us that our past is dead. It's already gone. So don't pay attention to those dead, rotten thoughts. Don't waste your energy to the past that is gone.
Rather than focus on your upcoming fresh life and focus on today. Keep things current. The old memories of your past that hurt you, let them go. Say them goodbye. Let them be there where they belong. And your past has a place of itself. Don't give it a place in your present. Don't bring them back in your present. Because once your past takes place in your present, your past will never let you stay in the present. So, no matter how bad has happened to you in your past, all those thoughts and memories are already dead and gone. And become like that eagle who never ate dead things. Lesson number 4. Eagles love the storm. Eagles get excited when storm clouds gather. When the storm comes, all the birds hide scared. But the eagle enjoys it a lot, and they welcome the challenge it brings. When the strong wind blows, the eagle flies even more high with the help of those winds. And when it flies very high, it reaches even above the clouds. The life lesson to be learned from this mindset: find the possibilities in the problems, find the opportunities in the challenge. And once the Napoleon Hill said that every great challenge brings a great opportunity with it. So, like that eagle, embrace the challenge and learn from them and recognize your opportunity. And the day you start embracing challenge and start seeing the opportunities, all the difficulties will be under control of you, and you will be over those difficulties. Lesson number 5. Eagle always removed soft grass from its nest, so that the eagle's baby cannot be comfortable in it. Because if he becomes comfortable in the nest, he will stay there and would not be able to leave the comfort zone. But a mother eagle never let this happen to her baby. Eagle is also a bird, but imagine he knows that there is no growth in the comfort zone. But we are human beings, and despite being humans, many people do not understand this. The more you stay in the comfort zone, the more you become lazy, and the more uncomfortable your life will become in the future. Lesson number 6. Eagle tests the power of commitment before it trusts. When a female eagle meets a male one that they want to mate, she tests the male eagle's power of commitment. So she picks a twig and flies very high. Once she has reached a height high enough for her, she lets the twig fall to the ground and tells the male one to catch it. The male chases up to the twig. The faster it falls, the faster he chases it. He has to catch it before it falls to the ground. Because if he fails to catch it, he will lose our trust. The lesson we can learn from this mindset is we must have to test the commitment of people we intend to partner with, the people we hire. Establishing trust is important in relationship. Lesson number 7. Eagles love the painful process. At the age 40, the eagles become old. The eagle has to make a painful decision at that moment: die or go through a painful process of rebirth, which will extend its life for 30 more years. This process involves the painful task of knocking out its own beak and plucking out its talons so that new ones can grow. This entire process takes about 5 months to complete. The life lesson we can learn from this mindset is: if there is no pain, there is no gain. Many of us want success or change, but without the sacrifice, hard work, disappointment, and heartbreak, it is impossible. To survive and grow, we must be willing to change. And sometimes we may even need to go a step further: a death of the old self and a total rebirth, ending toxic relationships, leaving toxic jobs, getting rid of destructive habits, thoughts, and traditions, and mindset that no longer serve us. And remember, at the end, we are all just stories. Just make it a good one.
All right. Now let's listen to what Les Brown has to say about a can-do attitude. Les Brown is one of my favorite motivational speakers. He always speaks a lot of sense. So let's listen to him. I'm sure you will enjoy him too.
Is this what you want? Would you like for things to be better than this? Do you believe that you deserve better than this? Or are you content? This is it. You don't have to do anything else. That you'll already resign yourself in life and say, well, I'm happy. Are you allowing yourself to get off the hook like that? Or do you believe somewhere in the back of your mind or in your heart that there's some other great work for you to do? There's something else that life has for you. And that's why you're here. How do we handle this fear factor? How do we increase our self-esteem? You have to begin to fortify yourself. How do we do that? I believe that you have to begin to consciously monitor your inner conversation and start talking to yourself. Start building yourself up. Sometimes the only good things you will hear about you are the things that you say to you. So I'm saying learn to be your own booster. Start building yourself up. Start encouraging yourself. Start saying, I can do this. I can make this happen. When I started thinking about becoming a speaker, I said, yes, I can do this. I can make this happen. When I start trying to convince myself I can be a businessman after flopping and failing and losing thousands of dollars and feeling stupid and dumb and having people take advantage of me because of what I didn't know. I had to talk to myself because people were saying to me that I was dumb. And somewhere in the back of my mind, I was saying, you're right. Look at what I've done. I had to say, no, Les. Hey, come on, man, get yourself together. You can handle this. You just haven't figured it out yet. It's all right. This is your training period. This is a tuition you have to pay for what you don't know. You can do this. Other people have done it. It doesn't take an Einstein. Get you some people that can teach you some stuff that you don't know. Get you some people that have done it successfully and learn from them. Take some seminars, workshops, read some books on how to manage a business. Change the way you see yourself and begin to tend to the personal details. Understand that nobody's going to take care of your business better than you. And when I start changing that kind of mindset of beating myself up because of my mistakes and start looking at the possibility of my doing better, of my making the adjustment that would enable me to do what I want to do successfully, things begin to change. I say, stop beating up on yourself. You do it. I know you do it. I've done it. It's a natural inclination for us to put ourselves down. See, we are born negative, I think, in a negative consciousness because we live in a negative world. See, you don't have to teach children to lie. They'll lie automatically. Did you wet in your pants? No, I did not. Well, what is that? I don't know. You don't have to encourage kids to misbehave. They will do it by themselves. When you begin to understand and acknowledge your fear, and you go forth anyhow, you go forth in a spirit and a knowing that there's a way that you can begin to handle this. There's a way out here somewhere. There's a solution. What it is that you're seeking, that you have the capacity to whatever comes up, to handle it, to face it. And rather than feeling powerless, you begin to feel powerful. See, when all of the major downsizings that are taking place around this country, there are a lot of people who are biting their fingers in fear that they might lose their jobs. But there are few people who have decided within themselves, I'm going to make it. Some people aren't waiting to be cut. Some people are moving on their own because they feel within themselves, I've got what it takes to make it. They're not afraid about tomorrow because of how they see themselves, because of what they feel that they deserve, because of what they feel that they can create for themselves. Because these people have decided, as they look at the future, as they look at themselves, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way for me to begin to create a way out of no have that kind of consciousness, when you have that kind of spirit, nothing can stop you. Nothing. What would your life be like as you look toward the future if you decided, I'm not going to allow my peers to stop me? What would your life be like? What would your future be like if you decided to want that which you desire so strongly that it prepares you past your fears, that you experience the fear, as the one book says, feel the fear and do it anyway? What would your life be like? And I'm saying to you that all of us who have been entombed by fear have the capacity to resurrect ourselves. Is it easy? No. It's not easy. Can I do it? Yes. What's one of the ways to get started? Some of us need somebody to hold our hands. Sometimes we need somebody to help us out. Be willing to say, I don't know. Be willing to reach out. Be willing to get some assistance to take you to the next level. Of what great athlete, you never expect boxers to make profound statements. I think it was Joe Frazier who said this one. He says, all of us are like the blind man at some point in our lives standing on the corner, waiting for somebody to lead us across. Larry DeAndre, who I think is going to be one of the greatest motivational speakers around today, told me a story, a true story of a friend of his, that every day when he came home from school, when he would get to a certain block in his neighborhood, there was a neighborhood dog that would chase him. And that dog would start after him barking. Boy, he would run, just running from that dog every day, every day. Finally, he just got tired of that dog chasing him every day. He said, this dog come out here today, I'm going to take a brick or something and bust him in the head. So he was walking home that day, minding his own business. Sure enough, same area, there was that dog there. The dog started barking, he started running, he saw a brick and he stopped and picked up the brick and turned around, and the dog got closer and he realized the dog didn't have any teeth. He said he put the brick down and said, get on out my way. And ladies and gentlemen, all our lives, many of us go through life running from things that ain't got no teeth to do us any harm.
All right. As we just heard from Les, every day of our life, most of us, we are running away from something that got no teeth to do us any harm. It is the truth. We should stop worrying about tomorrow. Worrying about tomorrow is different from thinking about tomorrow. They are two different things entirely. We can think about tomorrow, we can plan towards tomorrow, but we should not worry about tomorrow. Worrying about tomorrow will not solve the challenges of tomorrow. It will only deny us the peace of today. So there is no point worrying about tomorrow. Tomorrow will always take care of itself. If you can properly take care of today, we don't need to fear tomorrow. So this brings us to the end of this training titled How to Develop a Can-Do Attitude in Life in General, and most especially when we are looking for job. Because we have come to realize that a lot of people are sad. A lot of people are falling into depression in this country, majorly because of lack of job, lack of income. And that is the main reason our starting point in working with you to secure your dream job is from your mind. Now that you have prepared your mind, we believe you have boosted your morale, we believe you have re-engineered your mind, it is now the right time to go properly into the main aspect of this training. So we are going to the next course titled How to Find a Job Right Now. And I believe you'll be very willing to come along with us in this training. This training is going to be very practical. There's going to be on screen demonstration. It's not going to be theoretical. We are going to teach you how to actually find your dream job right now, where to go, how to go about it, and some other things you require, the tools you require, the website you're supposed to go, how to position yourself, how to schedule your daily routine. Like I said earlier on, looking for a job is a job. So please, I'll be expecting your feedback on our Facebook page. I'll be expecting your feedback by sending us an email on info@smartgenhub.com. And I'll be also expecting you to indicate your interest to also participate in our next course, which is how to find a job right now, and also the subsequent courses until we complete our journey from transiting from unemployment to full employment. See you then.